So the lights are installed. They're bright. They look phenomenal. But if you give them just a second to warm up, I'm gonna go ahead and grab this real quick. Just a second. So this is the part I told myself I wouldn't film, except I feel like it's been a long time since the shop update, so things are more pink, as you can see. So I've been working on insulation pretty much every night after my kids go to bed. I'll come out here and spend a couple hours putting stuff up. The walls have actually been really easy. That went pretty quick. So we've got fiberglass R15 insulation on all the walls. I know everybody these days is about rock wool, but when I was at the store, rock wool was R13 and the fiberglass was R15. So the higher the R value, the better insulation. So we went with fiberglass. So that's on the walls. The ceiling I'm just now starting to do. So we've got R19 for the ceiling because the ceiling joists are 2x6s. The walls are only 2x4s, so that's the reason for the difference. Also, the walls are unfaced because you just kind of stick them up there and they stay. The ceiling, I debated a long time about that, whether I should make, a traditional ceiling or insulate the roof and leave the rafters. And I really like the way the rafters look. So the plan is finish putting up all the R19. This stuff is slow going. I can do like 2 rolls a night and by then I'm out, I'm done. So we're doing the R19 on the ceiling, and whenever I'm done with that, I'm going to paint it, which I'm guessing you'll probably see here in a minute. I hope I finish it one day. But yeah, we'll paint the ceiling insulation just so you don't see all the writing and stuff. And then the joists we will leave. I think I'm going to leave them exposed wood. The walls we will continue doing in drywall. It's been so hot in Texas. Like, it's been 110, 108, like every single day. So we've got the AC cranking right now, so I can be in here doing this, but it's thermocline. So like you're down here and it's 92 degrees down here, but then you go up there and it's significantly hotter. So I'm trying to get this insulated like as fast as I can because it's hot. So I mean, insulation is just pretty boring and just put it up, you have to do it. But I do think time lapses are kind of cool to see, so I'll try and do some of that right now, and in the next, 30 seconds, this should be done. The next 3 weeks of my life, it will be done. Oh, and the other reason to get this done, so I know I keep saying I'm going to do the bathroom, but the lighting in here is so bad. I literally have 1, 2 and a half, that's like the garage light that is on sometimes, but I have 2 light bulbs in here, and every time I'm in here trying to do anything, you can't see anything. So I've already got the lighting for the shop picked out. I've got all the wiring run for it. I just need to finish the insulation so I can go ahead and put the lights up, because they have to, I think, hang down a little bit, and they would just be in the way because it's going to be kind of an elaborate light setup. So insulation, lights, walls, bathroom. We'll get to it eventually. We've got Alan over today. We were going to work on the jet ski engine here because, as you can see, it's still in pieces, needs to be put together. Then I made the comment that I wish we had light to work on the jet ski engine, but before we can do the lights, we need to do the insulation. And so now Alan wants to lose 10 pounds of water weight by going up there and sweating to death because it's 106 degrees today, but I think we're going to do it.
I took the staples out of the stapler, now I can't get them back in.
Yeah, so we're going to continue with the insulation. I'm probably like halfway done. It takes me a long time to do it all myself. So we're gonna put our powers together and staple ourselves to the ceiling, and it'll be cooler in here.
Yeah, it feels so good down here. Not as good up there.
No.
But once the insulation in, feel good more
Good.
more places.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Staple.
I was looking into darkness, something to hold on. Find you when you west.
Completely unexpected. I have insulation in my eyes.
You still think this was a good idea?
Yeah, this was a great idea because now that I'm down here, it's super comfortable. When I'm up there, it's not a good idea. Down here, it's a great idea. I've got refreshments, there's air conditioning. Perfect down here. Don't go up there.
So we ran the stapler out of battery, so we're gonna wait for that to charge. And in the meantime, Alan wants to use this contraption that he brought over from his garage of toys. Tell us what it is, Alan.
So it is probably a 20-year-old automatic drywall chain-fed screw gun. Never used it. There's bit releases. There's things. I think this company like invented the automatic belt-fed drywall screw gun many years ago, and this was the first iteration.
Yeah. So while we wait for the battery to charge, we got a couple pieces of drywall over here. We're just gonna throw them up and see if this thing works or it's going back with Alan.
Yeah. These screws I think are also 30 years old, but whatever. Okay, that
It's probably like the safety, right?
guy goes through there. Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Oh.
It does. It automatically feeds. Oh, this thing's gonna be incredible. I'm excited. Okay, so you hold the trigger down, and the drill bit does not spin until the little clutch engages. Okay. Let's do it. I'm excited. Oh my god! Look at
It does
that.
a little...
That's fun. I like this. Too bad you definitely can't buy screws for this anymore. She's a fine girl. She's got some miles on her, but still has a lot to give.
So we decided we're having too much fun. We're gonna have to go back up. As Alan aptly noted, hell is up there. It's hot.
Yeah, we're gonna take a break from the drywall installation to get back to installation.
Installation. The stapler died again, so we're it's hot. We're gonna go.
Oh, I didn't even make it that far.
Yeah, right.
That is so much nicer than insulation.
So insulation is now all done on the ceiling, on the walls, everywhere. And we are now ready to paint the ceiling. So that's what we're gonna be doing. I may have mentioned this before, but we're gonna leave the rafters as they are. All the insulation on the ceiling is going to be painted, and I have chosen the color of black. It's just black. So we're gonna paint all the insulation. That'll give us more insulative properties. I just don't want to see all the writing up there. So yeah, we're gonna paint the ceiling black, and Alan has lent me his power painter here, so that should hopefully make things go smoothly, quickly. I'm not gonna bother taping anything off because, well, there's not really anything to tape off. I'm just gonna get a piece of cardboard, hold it up there so I don't get the beams. They're gonna stay the brown color, and then the ceiling should be black in a matter of seconds for y'all. For me, it's probably gonna be messy and hot and long, and let's just get painting. You want to hear a funny story? The other day I walked up to my garage and it smelled like beer, and I was like, let's I mean, it's not unusual if I'm drinking beer because I usually spill it everywhere, but I haven't been drinking today, so why does my garage smell like beer? And then I realized that one of the pickle beers that I store on top of my fridge to make sure they're extra hot had exploded. So I posted to Instagram and I was like, is this foreshadowing? Am I about to fail at something? I think y'all know the answer now. So the painting is actually going well. Alan's paint gun is working marvelously. We're probably, I don't know, maybe almost 3/4 of the way done. But I'm gonna go ahead and pop this bread and butter pickle beer here. See, spilt beer. That one's actually not the worst. It's better than the spicy one that exploded. But so I calculated out how much paint I needed, and it was 2 gallons. So I bought 3 gallons just so I would have enough, and we just ran out of paint. It's not a big deal to go to the store, get more paint, but now I have to clean out the paint gun so it doesn't get clogged while I'm at the store, reprime it when I get back, and then continue. We just added like another hour and a half to this job. So cheers. Still not good though. Ceiling is done. It came out kind of looking like a big trash bag. Now it looks a little rough right now, I will say that, but once we get the drywall up there and there's a crisp clean line that divides the black from the color we're going to put on the walls, I think it's going to wind up looking pretty good. The next thing though, we need to do lights, because I've been in here like working on the jet ski and stuff with flashlights, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. But now that we have the ceiling painted, there's nothing else that needs to go up there, so now we can replace these 2 single light bulbs with something a lot brighter. So the lights are in, and they are quite generic LED garage lights. So they come in this hexagon style. There's actually a lot of these out there today. So they do some where they have like a box around them, hexagons all in the middle. They do some where they actually change colors. And I thought about getting those, but I just went with pure white because I did actually, on my old lift in my old house, I put color changing LEDs underneath the track of the lift, hoping it would shine light up on the bottom of the car. The thing is though, color changing LEDs are not that bright. So when I did that, I had wished that I had gotten pure white. So we got pure white for this, even though, I mean, it'd be cool if it was like red or blue or pink in here. Oh, it's already pink. It'd be cool if my shop could change colors, but I think this is gonna be way brighter. And that's what we're going for, is more than 2 bulbs worth of light. So now when you get the box, it's kind of cool. Like, you just have all these little connectors that connect your light pieces, but you get the light pieces, and let's just say they look rather small. I'm like, how are these lights going to light up my entire shop? But you start putting them together and it looks like this. So this is just one of those hexagons assembled. The kit comes with, I think, 5 in a box, and then you can either, there's an outlet adapter, or you can plug it into, it has just a wiring adapter, so you can wire it right in. So when they're on, they are brighter than a light bulb. That's right here though. I don't know how they're going to be once we get them 16 feet in the air, but again, it'll be brighter than 2 light bulbs. So I have 8 outlet boxes in the ceiling, and I did go ahead and buy 8 sets of these lights. So we have a lot of them to put up. I'm trying to decide how they're going to go. So according to the instructions, you can actually put together 15 hexagons. So that's, you can put 3 kits together, plug it into 1 outlet. So I don't think we're actually going to need all the outlets I have up here, but it's good to have them. We can plug in wherever we need to. So what I think I'm going to do is I'll probably take 2 kits, put them together, and do 1 set of like 10 hexagons right over the workbench, so you have a bunch of bright light over the workbench. And then the rest of them, I think I'm going to do a strip on this side down where the outlet boxes are, a strip on that side down where the outlet boxes are, and we'll just see how much we have. I kind of measured, it should be plenty to put light in here. I just don't know exactly where they're all going to fit. because we have to deal with things like the you know, the garage door supports, that sort of stuff. And so when you put these up, they have little holes in all the corners for you to put screws through. So if you're going into drywall, something like that, you could just put in drywall anchors or whatever. Luckily for me, since we're going with the open joist concept here, these screw holes actually fit on 16-inch centers, which is going to be really good because the framing guys messed up. They're supposed to do the joists every 2 feet, and they messed up and did them every 16 inches. So this is going to line up perfectly with our ceiling, and we should be able to secure these no problem. And if for some reason your ceiling joists are not 16 inches on center, they give you a bunch of zip ties, and you can just hang them with zip ties. So plenty of options. Yeah, so I'm gonna get the rest of this box out, get one more box. I'm probably gonna assemble them on the ceiling. Some people, I've been reading the comments, they assemble them and then put them up or whatever, but I think I'm gonna try and figure out how much space I have and then start putting them up. Or maybe I never do what I say I'm gonna do, so let's just put these up.
Ow, motherfucker!
So the lights are installed. They're bright. They look phenomenal. But if you give them just a second to warm up, I'm gonna go ahead and grab this real quick. Just a second. Oh, it's so bad. I failed to calculate the power requirements of these lights, and they exceed what the circuit is rated for, so it keeps tripping. So I'm gonna drink my pickle beer of shame here. So apparently each set of lights takes 240 watts, and at 110 volts that equals 2.14 amps. And if you multiply 2.14 by the 8 boxes we have, that's like 17 point something amps, which is more than our 15 amp circuit. Also, that circuit is connected to the lights in the other garage, the carriage lights outside that are on right now. So we're exceeding the capacity of the circuit. The good news is though, our walls, they're not quite done yet. So what I'm going to do is I've got some extra breakers, some extra wire. I'm going to run another circuit dedicated to these lights, 20 amp circuit, and that should do the trick. I just have to finish this pickle beer first. $1,001, $1,002. Yeah, so the lights work now. Ran a new circuit, new wire, new everything for the lights. We also have a new switch because when I realized that the 15 amp circuit wasn't enough for the lights, I thought to myself, I wonder what the switches are rated for. So I did have these motion sensor switches on there that would turn on the lights automatically when you walk in the garage. The thing is though, these were only rated to 2 amps. So we were putting 16 amps through a 2 amp switch. I'm surprised it didn't melt already, but we've got a 20 amp switch on there now. I also have a 20 amp motion sensor switch coming. Amazon lost it, so it's not here yet, but I will install that whenever it gets here. So we've got 3 sets of lights going. Each one has the maximum number of hexagons you can have, 15. So 1, 2, 3 sets of lights. I did actually have these shifted up at first, like touching the other ones, and it just looked kind of silly, so I spaced them off a little bit. And if you're wondering why these are on the side instead of in the middle, we do have the car lift still needs to go up. And so if you got a car on here blocking the light right in the middle, it's going to be able to bounce down off the floor and then hopefully up underneath the car. I'll probably put some more lights under there anyway. But yeah, it is super bright in here. This it's probably actually overlit. Like I don't think I needed this many, but they're here, they're installed, and they're staying. And if you're getting similar lights, this is what I wound up with left over. So that was 8 sets of lights. We got a few extra light bars, so if they ever burn out, I guess we can replace them. And a whole bunch of extra 2-way connectors. I used all the 3-way connectors, but I guess the story is if you're doing it, you have options. They send you enough connectors to kind of make whatever shape you want. And I actually did wind up using a bunch of the zip ties that came with the kit just to kind of get the lights up there and then get them positioned. And then once they were positioned, so if you remember, I said the studs were 16 on center, sort of the rafters, and the lights were going to fit. That didn't wind up working out pretty much at all. Well, actually up there, those ones are all screwed in. Up here, it turns out the lights are more like 31.5 inches apart. And so you get to like right there, and then the attachment points don't line up with the rafters anymore. So from there on out, I used zip ties, but I did wind up getting these zip ties where you can put screws through them. So if you look really closely, you maybe can see the zip ties up there, but if you look too long, then you can't see anything at all because the lights are so dang bright. So I think they came out pretty good. So installation's done, the lighting's done, AC's in. Question is, what's next for the shop? I know I really do want to do the bathroom, and I keep saying the bathroom, but now that I've been like working in here so much, really working on the jet skis is what did it for me. I've been walking back and forth between this and the other garage, getting my tools all the time. It's time for that to stop so I can actually be in here and work in here and not spend an hour walking back and forth in between garages. So I think next up we're going to finish the walls. So drywall, special surprise wall, and that will probably be the next episode about the shop anyways, so stay tuned for that. And until next time, it's kind of bright in here. See you later. So I dropped the entire box of staples on the floor the other day, and I just found some of them.